If you're making good money and you want to know how to manage it more effectively so that you have more at the end of the month, then I'm going to share with you a few ideas that can help. So, why are you struggling financially? Truth of the matter is, I have no idea. There's a lot of things that could be going on in your life right now that could be causing you to be having a financial stress and strain. I know I have financial stress and strain, and it's going to be completely different than the reasons why you have financial stress and strain. So let's talk about a few things. I have a few things that might help. And frankly, I know there's a lot of people right now, and you might be one of them, that are making good income, that have a good job, that have a good, the income is coming, but they're just not managing it properly. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cluff, and I'm a financial coach. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. One of the things I've realized over the years, as I shared earlier, is that the ability to make money is different than the ability to manage money. I know a lot of people that make really good money and they have nothing to show for it. That might be you. That might be something that you're looking at, and that's why you're watching this video. What can you do to manage the money you're making better? There's a difference between income and wealth. And a lot of people make a great income, but they don't turn it into wealth because they continue to consume, they continue to spend. And then what I really want to help people do is turn the income they're making into wealth and create what I call a massive bank account. So if you'd like to know more about the steps that I've learned over the years to help people manage their money more effectively so they're not stressed out or as stressed out, then this is going to be a great video for you to watch. So I think one of the first things that most people, or why they stress out about money, is because they have no idea what's happening with it. They swipe the card, they pay the bill, they don't keep track. They don't have a spreadsheet, they don't have a balance, they're not balancing the books on a regular basis. And by the time the end of the month comes around, they have more month and not as much money. So if that sounds like you, I think the first step is to really become aware of what's going on with your money. Take time, whether it's once a week or maybe even to start, you have to do a few minutes every day. This is a habit that can be tedious. I get it. It's something that's really, you don't want to sit and track your money all the time, but at the same time, you have to do it for a few minutes, or you have to do it at least once a week on a regular basis, so that by the time the end of the month comes around, you've already got yourself tracked and you know where you're going and you know where you're headed. I highly recommend that you take time to look at your income, to look at your expenses, to get into your bank account, to get into your credit cards, and track your expenses. See where your money is going. Once you know where it's going, you can stop the bleeding, so to speak, or you can actually recognize, hey, I'm spending money on the things that are bringing me value, and this money over here is not bringing me, I'm not going to spend any more on those things. And then you're going to be able to manage and control your money rather than having your money control you. And because people are overwhelmed with tracking their money, more often than not, they find themselves spending more than they make, or right at that level. That's why you're probably in debt. If you are, a lot of people have a goal to be financially free. They have a goal to be debt free, but then they don't ever take the time to actually plan out what that means. They want to be all these great things. They talk about all the debt freedom. They talk about the financial freedom, but then when it comes time to doing it, and don't get me wrong, this happens to me all the time too. We get lazy and we decide, it'd be easier to turn on the TV, or it'd be easier to go and hang out with friends than to actually sit down and plan my financial future. Most people spend more time planning their vacation or planning their weekend than they do their financial future, which makes no sense. So one of the things I would say is get your spending under control, get it disciplined, and then create a plan for what it's going to do and where your money's going to go so that you actually can get to your goals. Financial planning is a huge issue and a huge need. If you want to be less worried and less stressed out about money, set a goal, create a plan, and work the plan. So what's a good plan to have? Well, first of all, I would say is get your expenses under control. Make sure you have a positive cash flow. Then I would save. I would build a buffer, build a strong buffer, a savings, at least a month's worth of income. And then your savings can help keep you from going back into debt when an emergency happens or when some kind of unexpected cost happens. Part of the reason why you're in debt probably is because you had something come up and you swiped the card instead of having savings or having money that was already saved up for that thing. So my recommendation is first, get some savings and then start to tackle your debt. Now there's some debt that's good debt, some debt that's bad debt, some debt that you should reduce right away, some debt that you should maybe manage and just maintain. And then, so it's important to kind of review your debts and figure out which ones to pay off first. After you get done with your debts, now we can talk about really starting to work towards savings and investing for your future. So I'd love to hear in the comments below, what is the number one thing that's holding you back from your financial future, from the dreams and goals that you have financially? Then actually comment further and say, tell me, what's on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel that you manage your money? How well do you manage your money on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd love to hear in the comments what your thoughts and feelings are. And maybe it'll prompt an idea for another video. One of the biggest reasons why we stress out about things and we have anxiety and we have panic and we worry is because we don't have anything to look forward to. We're not planning for the future. If the idea or the thought of going to your bills and going to do your open up your bank account brings you anxiety because you're scared of what's there, then of course you're going to have anxiety. Of course you're going to do poorly financially, and of course you're going to be struggling. But if you get control of it, if you start to say, you know what, I can do this. I have the skills. I can learn the skills. If you don't have them already, you can learn the skills to manage your money more effectively. You can get disciplined in your spending. You can tell your money where to go rather than you having your money tell you what's happening at the end of the month. So the idea here is that once you have control, once you have a little bit more control and have some discipline, that your worries will lessen, your stress will lessen, and you won't be struggling as much financially. I recently had a client reach out to me about some concern with some bills that they had. And after going through them, they realized, you know what, they said to me, I can be creative and I can figure this out. And so that's super important to have a coach, to have a friend, to have somebody that you can talk to and maybe talk things through with. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can work with me, first of all, I'd like for you to download my free ebook. It's how I help my clients free up their cash flow and discipline their spending so that they can actually have money to be able to put towards savings, getting out of debt, and feeling confident about their money and about their future and their financial life. So I'd love for you to download that. There's a link in the description below. There's also a fantastic survey that I'll put in the links and the descriptions to give you an idea of how well you're doing with your finances right now, and maybe that'll give you some insights and some hope, and maybe it will move things forward for you. The bottom line is that there's a lot of people stressing out about money right now. There's inflation, there's record inflation, frankly. There's a lot of things going on in the market. There's a lot of things going on in the world that are happening right now that haven't happened in decades. And so there's a lot of concern, a lot of things happening, but at the end of the day, you can be in control. You can be disciplined. You can have the power and the skills. And once you know that you have what it takes to find the solutions to the problems that are happening, you can be empowered to move forward and achieve your financial goals. As many people are struggling, there's also a lot of people that are flourishing and doing well with their money. I feel like the difference is that the people who do well with their money are the ones that are taking time to really get disciplined and really get clear on what they want to do and creating a plan towards their goals. And so I'd love to hear more from you. Make sure you comment below, make sure you click the links, and until the next video, I hope that you take time to build your massive bank account.